All right, BitChute, you might not like this because I know, BitChute, I know how you are. So just don't watch the video. Just, go on with your bad self. If this is going to trigger you and you put thumbs down and say all kinds of gibberish in the damn comment section. But this has to be addressed because we've been invaded. We've been invaded the last 4 years on the Beijing joke burden. I've talked about it ad nauseum at any rate. You should already know these things by now. And so here we are in 2025, pushing 2026. This is what Trump posted. A very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world for being politically correct and just plain stupid when it comes to immigration. Sounds true to me. It is true. Open borders, so damn stupid. The official United States foreign population stands at 53 million, most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. Now, I'm going to have to go out on a limb here and say he's not talking about the ones that came here legally and like my ancestors did and rolled up their sleeves and worked their asses off to carve their way here in America to assimilate and have a good life for them and their children. I don't believe he's talking about those because don't forget, the mainstream lamestream likes to say maybe 10 million were flooded in under Beijing joke burden, maybe 20 million. No. Several years ago, I came across information that said it was pushing 40 million at the time. At the time. So it sounds about right that about a massive army, a UN army of 53 million have infiltrated, invaded our country. Notice how they keep clinging to the 330 million population year after year. Year after year, census, it seems like almost after census, it's been 330 million for the longest time, right? No, and then I say, whenever I bring up America's population, I say about 400 million. Why is that? Give or take. Do you understand that? And yes, the crap that came in through our border is from mental institutions, is from prisons, is our gangs like a Tren de Aragua and cartels. So yeah, that's the nonsense. That's the illegals, the invaders. 53 million, maybe a little less, maybe 53 million, but around there, that have infiltrated our country over the last 4 years. I mean, yes, they've been coming through our borders, sneaking through for the longest time before that, but nothing like we've seen in 2020, caravans and shit. All right, 2021, I meant to say, even part of 2020, but they didn't get through. 2021, yeah, they were getting through, big time. And so he goes on to say that a migrant earning $30,000 with a green card will get roughly $50,000 in yearly benefits for their family, and that needs to stop. Wants to cut that out. In his post, he went on. This is not unhinged, as some libtards like to say. In his post, he says the refugee burden is the leading cause of social dysfunction in America, urban decay, high crime. Well, they are causing a lot of crime. These illegals, they are. But I would venture to say also that the groids that were born here in the inner cities, and you already know this, Chicago, Baltimore, and every other libtard city, are killing each other, doing flash mob robbery. So they're contributing. The 13% are contributing to over half our crime, to also the decay. The ones that are committing the crime. 13% of our population, over half the crime. So add that into the mix along with the illegals, right? And then you got a burden on our system, which is Clive Piven, I believe, overburdened the system until it collapses with these illegals. Hundreds of thousands of refugees from Somalia. They're not here to assimilate. They took over the once great state of Minnesota. Somalian gangs roaming the streets, robbing, looking to prey on Americans. And then he goes on to say, the seriously retarded, and he's a retard, he's a fucking Tim Walz. Remember that? Remember the article that about him having to get his stomach pumped because of horse semen, right? Remember that? That Tim Walz, this one right here, does nothing either through fear or incompetence or both. How about their New World Order pieces of shit? See, it's not that really Tim Walz is incompetent or Obama was incompetent. They were there to do exactly what they did. They might act like they're incompetent, like Beijing Joe Burden did, and they might act like they're incompetent, like Tim Walz and all these other libtarded governors, and Pritzker over in Illinois, Governor Pritzker in Illinois. But the fact is, they're acting like they are incompetent. They're doing the bidding. They're doing the bidding of the fucking New World Order. They are communists. They are here to destroy this country. They're gonna pose as incompetent. They don't know what they're doing, which way to go. They know exactly. These bastards know exactly what they're doing. They're fucking communists. They hate this country. You might think that they look American, but they're not American. And so, this goes on to say. The seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, does nothing out of fear. You got Congresswoman Ilhan, the worst one, Ilhan Omar. What a name, Ilhan. Oh, Ilhan. You know what I'm saying? No, Ilhan, ill in the head, sick in the head. You got Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, always wrapped in her swaddling hijab, which that's a slap in the face, I do believe, and who probably came into USA illegally, and married to a brother, does nothing but hatefully complain about our country, hates our Constitution, and how badly she's treated. She's Ilhan Omar, you piece of crap. You're treated so badly. You're from fucking Somalia. You piece of crap. Third world commie trash you. And are a congressperson? That shouldn't even be allowed. You came from another fucking country, like a third world country here. You're probably not here illegal. And you're representing the United States in Congress? That shouldn't even be allowed. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous. Even as we progress technologically, immigration policy has eroded those gains and living conditions. Blah, blah. I mean, he wants to deport all these bastards. I say get rid of all these also flag-waving pieces of crap. You're waving the Palestinian flag. You're down for the cause. Well, let's drop them off in Gaza, right? They're not waving American flags. You're waving a foreign flag in our streets, and you're causing mayhem. Your ass needs to be deported to that place where your flag that you're waving. That's the bottom line. We need to get rid of all these illegals. We need to get rid of all these non-assimilators, and truly make this country a lot better and great again. Seriously, because you got a lot of bastards out there waving flags of foreign countries, even ones that are born here. They're so brainwashed by fake news and the libtarded universities that they've turned communist and are against this country. Deport them to the country of the flag that they're waving. Just get rid of them, because they're not here to assimilate. They're here to cause mayhem. They're here to bring this country down. No other country worth its salt will put up with this shit. All right? No other country worth its salt would, and with the backbone, will allow their borders to be wide open and be ran over. Try that, North Korea. Try to break into China. Try it. I don't advise it. Try to break in Iran. Try to cross their border. I don't advise it. It won't work out for you. But yet, the Western countries are supposed to just have their borders wide open and be invaded, and we're supposed to roll out the red carpet. Fact that noise. They all need to be deported. All these foreign flag waving pieces of crap commies, all these illegals that come here, and they're not even trying to assimilate or anything like that. They're waving their own respective countries' flags. Pretty much, you got invaders from 190 countries or somewhere around there, that have come to this country, especially over the last 4 years on Beijing Joe Burden, and they're here to mooch off the system, get their $50,000, as I just mentioned from his post. They'll work on a green card, making $30,000, but yet they get a $50,000 bonus from the government. Are you getting a bonus, America? Are you getting any $50,000? Where's the $2,000? Much less, where's the $50,000? Where's your Where's your bonus? Where's your yearly benefits for you and your family? Not getting it, are you? Every year they'll give you a tax. They'll give you a tax refund, which is your tax money you put into the system, given back to you, and you go, yes, Massa, thank you, Massa, for giving me tax refund. That's your money. That's your money you're getting back in tax refund. But yet they come here and they're on a they're illegal or they're on a green card, and they're getting, not only are they making money, but they're getting upwards of 50 grand extra per year. Are you getting that, America? Huh? How about our vets and all that stuff? No, it's time we clean this stuff up and deport them out, get them out of here. All these ones that don't belong here have not come in the right way, and I'll attack on the ones that are waving fat foreign flags. Get them the fuck out of here. All right. Especially you got a pair of balls coming over to another country, and then you're gonna form gangs in that country and terrorize the native citizens. Seriously, that would be unheard of in any place. Like just go to a lot of countries. That ain't gonna happen. You're not gonna go bring. You're not gonna be a French gang and go over to well, Vietnam did conquer or colonize Vietnam at one time, but you ain't gonna do that now. You're not gonna form a French gang and go over to Vietnam now and try to terrorize the native citizens there. You're not gonna go to Russia and do that. You're not gonna go to North Korea or China. It's not happening. It's not happening, right? But yet, we got Somali gangs here to Trente Ragua running amok, right? Running amok, causing mayhem. And you got these libtards out there going, "Oh no, that's just racist if you just deport to all these foreign illegal gangs that are terrorizing Americans." Get the fuck out of you fake news watching libtards. You're also traitors. I've said this before. You all need to be rounded up too. But you want to call Trump a tyrant, he's not a tyrant. First of all, you can't be a dictator and be called a dictator and brought through the mud, your name being brought through the mud, your family being dragged through the mud, and be lawsuit after lawsuit against you. Dictators don't put up with that. You idiots, you, and your name trashed on fake news for 10 years every night. That it doesn't work like that. A real dictator wouldn't put up with 1 second of that. You morons, you. But if you want to see what a dictator would look like, put me in office for. I'll round up all you libtards. Put you in FEMA camps. Since they want to put American patriots and Christians in FEMA camps, put your asses in FEMA camps. All right? That's what I do, because you're anti-American. You're commies. And you think that having borders wide open and abortion's good, or borders wide open's good. You're pro criminal. That's why you're all for sanctuary cities. I never heard of such a thing. A sanctuary city for illegals, for criminals. This is clown world. Clown world. This is bizarre world. Sanctuaries. That's like saying a criminal breaks into your home, invades your home, vandalizes it, terrorizes your family, you and your family, but yet you have a sanctuary room for that criminal to go into, and you'll protect him against the police that are coming to arrest that criminal. You're protecting them, even though they're terrorizing you. They're causing problems, causing mayhem in your own home. Same thing. Same thing here in America. Let's call America our home, but yet you have sanctuary cities where they're protected. These illegals, these criminals, they're protected from facing justice. We live in an insane asylum. But yeah, I mean, these commies, hey hey ho ho, they need to go. All these bastards waving the Gaza flag, Palestinian flag, I should say. They need to be rounded up. They need to be deported. And all these illegals. If you're illegal and you're not here the right way, you need to be deported. All right? Now, as far as if you're here with a green card, I mean, if you're here legally with some kind of card, I guess a green card or whatever, I wouldn't say deport them, but I would say cut off that $50,000 extra that they're getting. Again, America, where's your extra $50,000? Just you're an American citizen, you ain't getting any of that. All they do is give you a rebate if you're lucky, or tax refund, which is your own tax money, which taxing should be illegal. It's all robbery, but you're getting your own tax money back, every year. It's your money, but yet you feel happy. Like, yeah, I got a refund. Yeah, you got your money back that you never should have paid in the first place. But I digress at any rate. It's not unhinged. He's right about that. This is stuff I've been saying and many other people have been saying. Regardless if you think presidents are elected or selected, and you think left and right are the same wings, two wings of the same bird, it doesn't matter. This shit's going on. These illegals need to go, all right? And the mooching from these friggin' foreigners who are not even citizens here, that needs to stop. So if that's unhinged, that's on you. Then you're just as retarded as these libtarded governors and shit. These libtards. All right, don't be a troll out there. That's what I got for you.